Are we there yet? Hello. I think we're here. Mm-hmm. All right. Now let me open my stream. I do have to get my chat as well, so let me check it out straight away. Right, that's there. I could see my gameplay. Do I hear anything? Yeah, it's going pretty good. Okay, and what else? Uh, the chat, of course. Right, let's get our chat. Let's get our chat. Um, we're gonna go to the dashboard. We're gonna get there. Mm-hmm. Right, we'll keep it there. And let's check out some stuff. So, welcome to the stream, everyone. I got a new mouse. You could see, high DPI, very good mouse, very good gaming mouse. Uh, so I could play Cobblemore. Um, my last mouse was pretty bad, so I would rather bought a new one. Anyways, we're gonna investigate Pokemon Legends ZA. Well, what are the starters? We're gonna do starter predictions. What are the Pokemon that could be in that game? What kind of a game could it be? Is it gonna be a future game or a past game, just like Pokemon Legends Arceus? We're gonna do so much stuff. So let me put the chat right. So you can see France is based on, I think it's right there. I think we're good. Let me adjust that for a bit. Investigation time. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Might have to take it a little bit more down, right? Okay. Can you see it though? That's the issue. Oh, I have to make it very big in order for you guys to see. Let me decrease my camera size. Maybe you can video on chat right here. Right. I think this is pretty good. Right. So it's about Pokemon Legends ZA. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna predict some stuff. In order to do some predictions, before that we have to start with the first ever Pokemon Legends game, which is Pokemon Legends Pokemon Legends Arceus, which I've open right now. This is the actual game. So it Pokemon Legends have their own mechanics and all those stuff. But before talking about the mechanics and all, about the in-game how they work, how will the gameplay be? How will most of the stuff is gonna be? Um, let's not talk about that yet. But first we're gonna talk about the starters. So let's put the chat. Let's put the chat. not the chat, but let's put our first prediction. Shiny Pokemon, not shiny, but starter Pokemon. Starter Pokemon predictions. Right. First off, we're gonna predict starter Pokemon. Let's make it a bit more smaller. Right. You can see on the title right there. I think it's been. Let's put it right here. Right. Now you can see we're gonna do starter, right? So first, we're gonna predict any starters. So I might do part two of this same investigation thing. So we'll see. This might be part one. So when it comes to starter Pokemon, first we have to check Pokemon Legends. How did they based off from the actual one? So let's go on a. The actual, I cannot show you my Google, of course. Um, we're gonna go to the actual. Uh, right. We're gonna check that out. So Pokemon starters. So we have starters, right? We do have starters, which means first let's see what the Pokemon are based on. First, we're gonna check about the Kanto Pokemon. Um, Kanto Pokemon, Kanto starter Pokemon. Starter Pokemon based on. So, Kanto Pokemon. So, Kanto Pokemon, in my understanding, is based on three reptiles. Or, yeah, reptiles. Or we could take amphibians, but it's clear. Amphibians. It's not amphibians and reptiles are the right words I could use. First, Charmander is based on a lizard. It's a salamander. And second, we have Bulbasaur based on a frog. Bulbasaur, yeah, technically a frog. And then we have Squirtle based off a turtle. So those are the three Pokemon for Kanto region. And then we're gonna check about the Johto starters. So what does the Johto? I don't have an exact idea on what are the Johto starters. Teams. Hmm. What is Chikorita based on? Chikorita, a small dinosaur-like Pokemon, particularly resembling a sauropoda. Which means, okay, okay, maybe the Johto Pokemon are prehistoric. I think that's the case. Prehistoric, so Chikorita is a sauropod. How about Cyndaquil? And I feel like Totodile is some Bionics because Feraligatr looks like a Bionics. Baryonyx. The Bionics is the dinosaur uh, that descended. Well, crocodiles and alligators were descended from bionics, as I remember. So we'll see about that. Hello, Dean. How you doing? It's been a very long time. Very, very long time. It's been a pleasure. Um, Today I'm gonna do probably a short stream. So, anyways, we were talking about starters, my starter predictions to this game. So then I have to talk about Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil is most likely based on an echidna, okay, because of its long nose and the quill-like flames on its back. So Cyndaquil, I couldn't come to your stream because I was really busy. Yeah, no problem, dude. No problem. Um, today it's gonna be like a chat only kind of stream. We're gonna discuss about a lot of stuff because our next game is huge according to Game Freak. So if we're talking about, okay, if we are talking about games like Pokemon Legends Arceus, so Cyndaquil, they have taken Cyndaquil, they have taken Rowlet, they have taken what who is the other one? Oshawott. So they've taken them and changed their final forms into Japanese culturally changed Pokemon. So according to the internet, it says that Cyndaquil is probably an echidna. I can see why Cyndaquil might look like an echidna because hmm, I might have to take this Google as well. Do I take the? No, I don't need Google. Lot of stuff. Things could go wrong with Google. So, um, so the weasel is a shrew family. Cyndaquil, I see. Echidna and a sauropod doesn't have any sense. Totodile. So Totodile is based on the crocodile. Of course, it resembles the crocodile. Um, yeah, that does make sense. It possesses powerful jaws and a strong tail. I see. So, hmm, it's a crocodile. Crocodile, sauropod, and echidna. What echidna doesn't have anything to do. Okay, let's just say Johto is kind of like a DLC or uh, a sequel to Kanto region. So I don't really have any like those starters, Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile doesn't have a visible similarities. You know what I mean? So we'll keep that aside. Johto, of course, is very much related to Kanto region, so maybe they didn't really try to relate them to anything. Let's check on Trico. What a little lad. What's that? We're gonna talk about Trico. Let's check. You will not believe I got a shiny Terrakion. Wow, congrats. Well done, dude. Congrats about it. finding a shiny legendary Pokemon in a game, in a pixel game, right? Let's it's I think it's like 1 out of 8,000 odds. I don't know about legendary Pokemon, but normal Pokemon, I think it's very different. Yeah, legendaries. Finding a shiny legendaries. Yeah. Cheers to Dean. Well done. Good job. Hmm. s- Shiny Terrakion, insane. Talking about Trico. Trico is Trico is a gecko. Hmm. I might have to check the starters relate. So can Kanto starters related to? Hmm. What are they based on? Based on, yeah. What are the Kanto starters based on? Hmm. So there is a Reddit about this one. Let me check. Hmm. So starting with the most obvious choice here, Oshawott, who basically evolves into a samurai, fits perfectly in this region. Oh, the starters in each region are not native to that region. That's why they are considered rare. Here's what I think should be the actual starters. No, that's not what I need to know. But they might be saying something. You know, they might be saying something. So Kanto starting with the most obvious choice. So Oshawott is gonna evolving into a Samurott, which is obviously a samurai, which should be a Pokemon in Japan, right? So which means samurais are Japan, which is why Oshawott was in Japan, in the Hisui region. So it does make sense. Okay, that it's stretching somewhere. It's stretching somewhere. Um, Chimchar doesn't really fit into any region. Okay, Chimchar doesn't fit into any region. Uh, and because the other fire starters fitted better elsewhere. Chimchar might be the native starter in Kanto. Monkeys do play a big part in Japanese folklore stories. It does. They do, but when it comes to monkeys, Infernape, if you guys didn't know, is based on a monkey god, I think. That's based, I don't know, it's a Chinese god. So it's a mythical creature, of course. I think the all of the uh, Sinnoh starters are based on myths. I don't know if that's actually true. Um, so Chimchar, it does make sense that uh, it's in Japan. When I see Chimchar, I get reminded of Japan. I don't know why though. So monkeys. Hmm. Okay, so we have a samurai Chimcha. Where does it belong to? We have no idea. Let's move on. Trico. Same story, although Trico is not misplaced in its original form, there is a better grass starter for Hoenn. So Trico, Grove. Let's. I will open a new tab to check what is Skeptile based on. Skeptile based on which? Um, Primarily based upon leaf-tailed gecko. Okay, so leaf-tailed gecko. Where do they live? Gecko. Uh, they do look very similar to Trico. Hmm. Right. You know, anyone watching, you guys can search up as well with me. So there are predictions that water is Empoleon, fire is Cinderace, Scorbunny is the basic form, and Superior. If Superior becomes a starter, like it is most likely, right? Um, uh, it is most likely that Superior is gonna be uh, a starter. If Superior actually becomes a starter, Pokemon Legends ZA is probably gonna beat my favorite Pokemon game to it. Because Pokemon Legends ZA, Pokemon Legends Arceus itself, Emperor and Royal King, yeah. So Empoleon is based on the French invader. I not an invader. I think it's Emperor. French Emperor. His name is Napoleon Bonaparte. I think that's his name. And then about Superior, seen Superior being my favorite starter. I the fact that I don't really know about Superior is insane. I'm going in an order at the moment right now. So now that we're in Skeptile, Skeptile is a leaf-tailed gecko. They live exclusively in Madagascar. So they live in Africa. They live in Africa. Scorbunny could be something. Um, Cinderace, I can see why Cinderace is a thing. France is very famous for football. So French team as a whole, obviously the best player, the Kylian Mbappe. Um, French French players are very good at football. I think that's the closest thing you can get to Cinderace, unless there's a myth, a French myth about it. So we'll get to that later. Um, gonna see. So we do have Johto. It's based on the Kansai region in Japan, steeped in Japanese tradition, which is wonderfully shown in the games. These three fit in just as wonderful. Okay, so we do have Grookey, a new taiko drummer monkey. So we can take out uh, Rillaboom uh, out of here. Uh, until now, I do have predictions, as you said, Dean. So let's keep a prediction Pokemon down there, right? We'll keep them right here. Let's get some images. Right, here we go. Our first Pokemon, the we're gonna get him. Our first Pokemon is Superior. Here we have Superior. Right, here you go. Right there. Right. And then we have our next Pokemon is who is our next Pokemon? Cinderace. Superior Cinderace. Cinderace. Yeah, we do have Cinderace. You could see Cinderace right here. Yeah, it could be Kylian Mbappe. That's the thing. And we do have another Pokemon, which is the water starter. Very, very obvious. Uh, Chose. Give me a sec. We're gonna add. Right. Hmm. We're gonna get another one, which is Empoleon, right? Which is a Pokemon in the Sinnoh region. Let me get this Sinnoh region. Right. Let me get the Sinnoh region. There you go. Right. So we have all the regions, and do they fit into Kalos region? Definitely. But when it comes to the starters, it could have been any starter, right? So if we're talking about, let's just say, let's just say that, by the way, there is a very, very big delay, by the way, so yeah, apologies for the big delay. I feel like, so this is where things are gonna be pretty confusing. So, first, first we're gonna first start Mbappe and Giroud. There you go. Fire starter Mbappe and Giroud. Yeah, that's another thing. Football players all the way. Tychodrama monkey felt very misplaced to me in the region of Galar, so I tracked Grookey's origin down to Johto. Some say its design is based on British rock drummers, but I find the design more Asian, especially Thwacky. Right. I can see what this guy is saying. Rillaboom has this Japanese taiko drumming thing going on, and then we have Fennekin, our mystical fox witch wizard, also fits in Johto. Kitsune, of course, it's the fox uh, using those crafty uh, stuff to do things. I think that's the thing. What else do we have? What else do we have? Right. Um, we can take out Rillaboom. We can take out. Hmm. We can take out Infernape. We can check what are the. So what are the famous animals? Fa famous animals. What is the national animal? National animal of Japan, even though I'm born there. The green peasant. Oh, this thing looks like a unpheasant. Oh ho, I see. Okay, unpheasant, it doesn't really have anything to do with, it doesn't really have anything to do with any of the starters. Let's look at France. Um, National animal of France is a Gallic rooster. Gallic rooster. So here is a prediction. So I'm actually stuck at this point. So since they showed the Mega Evolution symbol at the last, at last of, uh, at last of the trailer, the actual game trailer, they're gonna bring back Mega Evolutions, and they will probably give new Mega Evolutions to many other Pokemon. So when I saw this national animal of France being the Gallic rooster, I thought Blaziken could probably be one of them. But here is another thing, right? I can give you another point. They gave Charizard two Mega Evolutions, giving it X version and Y version. What if they give Blaziken, since it has only one Mega Evolution, they could name it the X evolution, and they can give a new Y evolution for Blaziken. Not a bad shout, Ed. Not a bad shout, aren't we? Aren't we a good shout? So I think that's possible, uh, because you see, they are giving Charizard way not too much. I wouldn't say too much, but giving it too much than it has. I don't know if that's the right word to use. Charizard is already a very, very good Pokemon. Game Freak just feeding it more and more, right? Just like the fat guy Gigantamax Charizard. And for me, I think just what if, you know, we can have Blaziken, because Blaziken has some kind of relation to France than an actual football team, I feel like. I don't know. We're gonna take it. We're gonna take Blaziken. It's only the possible ones. I will make predictions soon. So let me get it. Oh, right. I have Blaziken. Right. I have Blaziken or Blaziken. Any other words you could say. It's it's not the uh I would replace Cinderace with Blaziken, right? But here is another thing. They could make Charizard a Z Mega Evolution. How? How can they do that? Because they create Pokemon themselves. For me, I feel like they are the kind of developers, the kind of directors who would give Charizard more than enough. I think they would make Charizard a starter in this game with a very, very good and an equally well designed as the X version and the Y version of Charizard. Just saying again. Just saying again. That's one. I will get Charizard. Predictions. Just predictions yet. Just predictions. We have Charizard, right? Yeah, we have Charizard. Right. Look at it. Charizard. Um so so there are these things called chicken fights. Where do they perform in? Chicken fights. I don't know if chicken fights are in France. France. So the noble bird. Brézy chickens are considered to be the creamy de la creamy of French chickens, much loved by kings and ordinary people. So they treated chickens as if like they loved them. They had very good attention as a foreigner in French discovers. Okay, we have that the Brécy chicken. Who's a Brécy chicken? Right. They have a lot of relations with chickens, which makes me think uh, Blaziken might probably get an X version or a Y version. I just feel it. I don't know. Maybe it's wrong. Anyways, we do have our next Pokemon. Who is it? France. Hmm. Does chicken fights? I don't know if this is a thing. Hmm. Ban. Okay, they call it a cockfight. I see. In Martinique and in there is a thing. Let me check. So there is a thing about France cockfighting. Hmm. Right. Um. Classical times it was practiced by Greeks before battle in order to stimulate the warriors to brave and valorous deeds. The pitting of cocks against each other was brought to Greece by the Persians, although most experts agree that it originated in Southeast Asia. Okay, I can see that happening. Once popular and socially acceptable cockfighting history. Okay, So there's not much about this one, but I still feel like Blaziken has to do something. Let's keep it that way. Oh, Fennekin, definitely Japan. Uh, Frocky, again Japan. Ninjas, Japan. And then we have Hoenn. So they're talking about Hoenn right now. The grass starter was Hoenn, Bulbasaur, and we need a goalkeeper. That's why I said Giroud. I see. I see. Giroud is a very good goalkeeper. I do remember him. Uh, Cyndaquil um, becomes the lava plume Pokemon. Hoenn has a volcano, so one can see how Cyndaquil could be native to Hoenn. Hmm. Yeah, volcanoes are everywhere, but I can see why that's gonna be a thing. Sobble. Alright, so we have Sobble, which is Inteleon. I feel like Inteleon could be a good shout. It feels like a thing actually. Let me check. Inteleon. Speaking of Inteleon, what is Inteleon based on? Inteleon based on which Pokemon? Draco genus. Lizards of appearance seems to also be heavily influenced by lizards of the Draco genus, also known as flying lizards, with its less curly tail and its crest and back membrane resembling the dewlap and patagial membranes found in the genus. Much like Inteleon, flying lizards use their membranes to glide. Draco genus. We have another shout at it. Draco genus. Flying lizards. Yeah. So this does look like Inteleon. Where do they live? Scientific name, class, order, genus? No. Where do they live? I want to know that. Flying lizards. Flying lizards. Habitat. Not habitat. Where do they live? Um, reach the U. Oh, okay, they are obviously from the UK. They are obviously from the UK. But I do know Giroud. I do know Giroud. Um, there is a very big delay, so apologies, Steve, right? I have to fix it sooner. I have to stay. There's a data package. I think it takes like 3 4 days to finish. So until then, we might have to deal with the delay. Yeah, apologies again. Um, experimental. So does flying lizards have connections with France? Is the question here. So what type of lizards live in France? Um, green lizard. Oh, what is this lizard? So there could be a place where Skeptile could be a thing as well, but I don't see why Skeptile could be. This does look like Skeptile a bit. Bit look like Skeptile, but I don't really see why this could be a thing. Because when it comes to lizards, what are the famous animals that live in France? So if we're talking about a famous animal, there are there are hmm, there are snails which resemble Gudra in Pokemon. So it made sense to actually put a snail Pokemon in France. And then we have, I can see I put famous animals in France. There's a roe deer, marmot, harbor seal, wild boar, which I could say Embor could be a little bit of a shout, but Embor is a pig. Is it a wild boar? Maybe it is a wild boar. I don't know if it's that close to. Eurasian pygmy shrew. Okay, that's another cyndaquil, but we don't take cyndaquil this time. European mole. Okay, it's European. So, um, animals that can only be found in France. Is there such animal? Corsican wildcat. Do you have a big delay? Yeah, I do have a very big delay. By the by the time I reply to that message, count how many seconds it might have gone. Count in order for me to react to that uh, comment you made. Ludiotics Corsican fire salad. I found something, guys. Corsican brook salamander. Corsican painted frog. Herpestes lemonensis. Scrobicularia plana. Okay, so we have a very big shout right here. So there is this species of salamander, island of Corsica, found only in Corsica, and its name is the Corsican fire salamander. Okay, island of Corsica, right. So it's a salamander and it has fire in the name. It's a fire salamander. So I might change this then. So it could also be Blaziken, but I feel like having Charizard. So the salamander I was talking about has yellow spots around its body. It's black color and yellow spotted salamander. And its actual name is the Corsican fire salamander. Huge shout. That's a very huge shout. We have to check where is the island of Corsica. Island of Corsica. It's an island that's an island in France, which is big. It is the fourth largest island in the Mediterranean and lies northeast of the French mainland. It belongs to France, and the Corsican salamander. Ooh, it's called the fire salamander itself. That's giving me. Hmm. I don't know. That's huge. Corsican fire salamander. That's pretty big. Hmm. Right. Speaking of salamanders, right? I think Cinderace, Blaziken, who else do we have? Typhlosion. I don't think we will ever get a Typhlosion. I don't think we'll get Skeledirge. We can put both of them out. Who are the others we're missing? Braixen, Magician, Braixen, or a Witch. Witches are not. Uh, they don't belong to France, don't they? I don't really think so. I will keep the Witch, the um, Delphox, not Braixen, Delphox. We'll put Delphox out. I don't think Delphox is a shout. Embor, no, it doesn't make any sense. Who else? Embor, Kalos, Sinnoh. We have Infernape, no. Monkeys, never, no. I don't see that happening. Fire in this Blaziken, big shout. I don't see Typhlosion being a thing. So, as a fire starter, my prediction is out of these three fire starters, Blaziken, Cinderace, and Charizard. These three. My personal opinion about this. I have a lot of uh, predictions, right? So I don't see why Cinderace is gonna be a thing. I don't think Cinderace is gonna be a starter. It's either one of Blaziken or Charizard because there is a reason. So it makes sense for Charizard to get another Mega Evolution because Charizard has two forms. I think outside of Mewtwo, Charizard is the only Pokemon to have an X and Y version of Mega Evolution, and there there is there is hmm, there is a possibility that Charizard will get a Z version with a much more different design. We will never know. And then we have Blaziken. Uh, I don't really know about Blaziken, but Blaziken is a chicken. France, national animal of France is this. Uh, it's a chicken. I don't know if Blaziken is based on that, but it's definitely a chicken. And there is a possibility that they can give another version to Blaziken, but I don't think Game Freak will. It's like a 50-50 thing. So it's like uh, uh, Blaziken. Blaziken doesn't have much love. Like, don't get me wrong, they do have a lot of attention, but they don't have this attention as Charizard, Greninja, or uh, Meowscarada. Like that kind of attention Blaziken is not getting. They are way higher. So even if they give another version, so Mewtwo and Charizard, they got two Mega Evolutions each because both of them are very famous and very powerful. So giving another evolution to another Pokemon, it's not a risk, uh, but, but they have to be loved. They have to get a lot of attention with that design they make. So Blaziken might get another. You know what? I'll stick with Charizard. I think they will give another new form to Charizard, and then they will give a new form to Charizard, and then give a Mega Evolution to that Charizard. and make it Mega Evolution Charizard, Mega Charizard Z. That's what I think. I don't know. Maybe that's true. That's what I think. That's just my prediction. That's we stop with Charizard right there. Now we're gonna talk about the grass starter. Speaking of grass starters, what is Serperior based off? This is my first time finding out my favorite starter. What is it based on? Okay, so Serperior is the only Generation 5 starter Pokemon that was based on a reptile, while Emboar and Samurott were based on mammals, wild boar and sea otter, respectively. Despite being said to lose its arms over evolution, if closely looked at its back sprite, one can see two tiny leaves that represent arms. No, that's not what I need. No. Hmm. So Superior could be a Caecilian. I don't know if it's that disgusting looking. Um, should have been a Carlos starter. I can see that. See? So this Reddit guy has put this Reddit message. I don't know what you call it. Superior should have been a Carlos starter. So it's neither based on an American animal as far as I find on Google. It's based on some kind of Asian vine snake. Asian vine snake. Superior. Superior and serpent put together. Superior. So what does superior mean? We're talking about royal. So Asian vine snake. Let's check it out. Asian vine snake. Right. Okay, here is the Asian vine snake. I do need more information about this. Are based on isn't a Titanoboa. Now, people doesn't even know what Titanoboa look like, so I don't really see, which is why it still has a lizard-like head. Hmm, it does have that royal look to it. I might go for superior stats. No, superior based on origin. Okay, there is some name. I will check it out. Hey, Tala Nasuta. Sri Lankan green vine snake. Wait, so this is a Sri Lankan snake. No wonder I'm a big fan of Superior. Wait, this is a Sri Lankan name then? Ahatullah, or maybe okay. Green vine snake. So this, okay. Long-nosed whip snake. So they are origins. So where do they live? Where do they live? Regions of Sri Lanka, except okay, they live in Sri Lanka, which has no. It's very impressive from my end. Um, Mildly venomous. Okay, so green vine snake. So superior. So I want to see another one more thing. So superior based on royal something okay, and it's said by Ken Sugimori to be based on French royal. We got it right. It's stated as the regal Pokemon as its own category. Definitely has the top regal appearance. There we go. Okay, so French royalty. I think Superior is confirmed. Not gonna lie. I feel like it's confirmed. Hmm. Right, we have Superior right there. Then we have Pokemon associated. No, we're gonna leave Superior right there. Now we're gonna check um, what are the other Pokemon? Meganium. What is Meganium based on? Meganium based on. Meganium is a quadru quadrupedal pale green reptilian Pokemon that resembles a sauropod dinosaur. Okay, it's a sauropod dinosaur. Do we have Venusaur? Venusaur, I don't think doesn't have any. They can give Venusaur another flower. Hmm, they can do that. Um, this and two stamen-like antenna. They can give Meganium. Okay, where do sauropod green sauropod? Okay, so what is a green sauropod? Now, Brontosaurus are ash in color. Um, Sauropod, what color? Pu Puertasaurus. I read it in the most Spanish way possible. Um, Brachiosaurus. They live in Argentina, I think. I kind of remember this. Or Africa. Puertasaurus. Puertasaurus. Okay. So Puertasaurus is ash color as well. They are huge though. They have long necks. They are huge. As much as I have very big interest in Meganium, uh, South America. Yeah, I don't think I can give any hopes to Meganium after all this. So we do have a Skeptile, which doesn't have any relations with the French. What else? Torterra. What does Torterra Torterra based on the world turtle? For the unfamiliar, in Hindu, Chinese, First Nations, and many other mythologies, there's a belief that the land itself is carried on the back of a great tortoise, either literally or as a teaching metaphor for perseverance. Okay, so it's some Asian thing. So we put Torterra aside. I do see this Final Fantasy 16 Adamantoise. I'm a big fan of very big monsters. Adamantoise is one of them. I'm not a Final Fantasy guy, but I have seen the boss fight. Pretty good. Superior. And then we have the color starter chestnut. What is chestnut? As much as I like grass starters, chestnut is the worst out of all. Yeah, apologies for that. It's a pain to use this thing. Um, Rapanui chestnut seems to be directly based on Mondo Oada from. the visual novel Danganronpa, which the character is related to the Bancho or a Bosozoku, known types of Japanese delinquents that are popular on media, hence its dark type and fighting type combination. Wait, no, Chestnut doesn't have a dark appearance. Selkies. European mythology that took on the form of seals with elements of performers and opera singers. Oh, mermaids myth origin. Syria. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily have any goddess Atargatis do- dove into a lake, take the form of a fish, would not allow her to give up her great beauty on the bottom half became a fish, and she kept her top half in human form. Are mermaids related to France? Because see, penguins like Empoleon. So if they say that it stems from the origin of the Greek mythology Poseidon, I don't really see any other reason to keep Empoleon in um, outside of Napoleon Bonaparte. So Napoleon is the only reason we have Empoleon in, right? We don't have penguins in France, are there? I don't think. Melusine. Melusine or Melusina is a figure of European uh, folklore, a female spirit of fresh water in a holy well or river. Okay, it says that it's Syria. Hmm. Melusine. I don't know if I'm spelling it right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is a figure of European folklore, a female spirit of fresh water in a holy well or river. She's usually depicted as a woman who is a serpent or fish from the waist down, much like a lamia or a mermaid. Hmm. In French, the word for both is siren, but they are not the same thing. Mermaids are part women, part fish. Okay, we're going into depths of this. We're going into depths. Um, comes from Greek mythology, the part woman, part fish, Scandinavian and Middle Age tradition, and the strong images with the part woman, part fish one up to the point that some imagery related to Greek mythology are using it. Hmm. At least, no, there is no differentiation. Copenhagen, it's Denmark. The Mermaid of Copenhagen. I don't know if I'm saying it right again. Copenhagen. I don't know. There's a statue. There's a fountain statue. I think it's called Mermaid of That place. Um, it's Denmark. It's not France. Okay, so this is French. I think Primarina could be a good shout. Yeah, Game Freak has this. Game Freak has this. What can I say? A fan syndrome or something. They all always want to prove their fans wrong. That's a thing, and they just want to surprise people. Now that people have already predicted very huge um, about Cinderace, Serperior, and Empoleon. I feel like Primarina could be a good shout. One king in France even incorporated maids dressed up as mermaids. Dang. Mermaid culture, Melusine is especially connected with France. We do have a shout here, but mermaids come from different places. So, mermaids sang. Primarina is a sound related Pokemon. Uh, I cannot remember the exact name of the move this guy uses who Primarina. Melusine. Right, so mermaids are related to French mythology. It seems like so. I might as well have to add uh, this thing, Primarina, into our group. Primarina. There you go. And then, yeah, I did it. It's Primarina. And then we have, who are the other Pokemon? Inteleon. Ooh, Archer. Drummer. Drummer, Archer, football player. Are they related to anything? I don't really feel any relation. Hmm. I might keep Inteleon aside. Yeah, and we cannot take Quaquavel. I don't see any, well, French Latin dances. Well, it's not France, anyways. I think these are my predictions. I feel like Superior Charizard and I don't know if Empoleon. Hmm. Napoleon is French, but it's not a strong. Superior is strong for me. Charizard is not that strong. For me, all three of these are not that strong. But I'm sure about Charizard more than Cinderace. And then we have Empoleon. Empoleon is confirmed with Napoleon relation, but Primarina is a singer mermaid, and Melusine is from France, but even though it's related to Melusine, the mermaid lore divides into Syria, Denmark, and all those places. So I don't really have uh, stronger feelings about Primarina. I will continue this investigation towards tomorrow as well. Not to maybe tomorrow, maybe some other day. Yeah, this is gonna be a part one. I'll keep going with the investigations. Yeah, this is my prediction. Yeah, this is my prediction. Superior, since it's because of representing French royalty. Charizard is because there is this French island called Corsica, which inhabits an animal called the Corsican fire salamander, and it they only live in Corsica, which is an island um, owned by the France. It's a French island, and so I have strong feelings towards Charizard, and I think Charizard is gonna get a Z version evolution, and then we have Empoleon, which is related to Napoleon, and yeah, that's my prediction. And Hmm. Napoleon. Yeah. So Napoleon, that's the only exact thing I don't. There are some saltwater penguins, I guess. I don't know about penguins. I don't think penguins live in France. But I think Napoleon is the only relation to France. And then we have Primarina Melusine. Represent. It's a French word for mermaid. And the singing part, I have to check on it. And then we have chicken. Blaziken, I chose Blaziken because the national animal of France is called, what chicken was it? I cannot remember. Some chicken, so I thought maybe Blaziken could get a Y version, a Y Mega Evolution, and then Cinderace sold because of football. And I don't think rabbits are a famous thing in France. So, hey, these are my starter predictions. I will keep going with my predictions. They might change over time because I have to check out the differences of the original Pokemon and the Hisuian starters. So I have to check the differences of them. How did they ad- change? How did they adapt these original starters into um, the old looking, past looking starters, uh, those culturally relatable starters, so let's go on with that. I think for today, this conversation is over. um, I will start the part two of the investigation soon. Yeah, and it has been a lot of learning. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Take care and cheers from KBids. Appreciate your attendance.